Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we're doing the June Horror Pack unboxing, Blu-ray version. It's in Canada, so we're 2 weeks late, as usual. Also, the head mail guy threw it at my door, so there's a disc loose in here. Bleep out that that I just said, because you can't say that in the first 30 seconds. They dropped it from a minute. Horror Pack is a monthly subscription service that sends you movies to your house. Horror movies.
Yeah, you get Blu-rays or DVDs. You choose. You can kind of get every subgenre. They always have the Horror Pack exclusive. That's the one that you look forward to that they just put out that you're not going to find in the store.
And they've had some really good indie movies, and that's what I'm always hoping for. Always hoping for the indie releases that haven't been seen anywhere else. Even though, like, we'll just sit here and be like, never heard of it, see ya. Like, I still want those. I still want them.
Because one day, it's a Sunday afternoon watch for you.
All right, we're going in.
With the broken disc?
No, what's this one? Whoa, this one feels, it's not only is what I'm feeling a slipcover, but it feels really felty. Whoa, Gwen. This was a Shudder movie.
Like, felty, eh?
Feel it.
All right, that's smooth and got the nice, like, embossed, like,
that's a dope
font.
ass. Okay, so a Shudder original. So this was a movie that I think is, I think it's like English. The Wales people are gonna kill me if it's from Wales. Let me see. Wales. It's from Wales. Sorry, Englishmen and women.
And Walesmen.
We're gonna stop and we're gonna watch the trailer right now so we can talk about it. That's the thing we do now, by the way. Got my iPad Pro just sitting here off camera so we can watch the trailers and actually, you know, give our feedback.
5 minutes later.
It seems to be that Gwen is the daughter of somebody who is possessed or is a witch, unless that person is named Gwen.
But like the film itself is definitely an atmosphere film. This is one where you're going in, it's old-timey and it's eerie.
Natural lighting, I'm about like candle lights.
It's definitely one that's gonna scare you more by the setting than what the characters are doing.
And a slow burn, just a heads up. Looks like it's a hella slow burn. But I have heard good things across the board about this, and I did want to watch it initially, but I mean, Shudder just puts out so many damn originals that you can't keep up these days. But to have one with a slipcover that is fairly new, like it's within the last 2 years or 3 years, and oh, it feels so good. It's velvety.
All right. So I will pull the top one. Whoa, Child's Play.
But like with a weird ass cover. I feel like this is one of those ones that was like an exclusive in Walmart or something. And it's not even like the main cover. It's this little card in front, so you like stick it in the front.
Yeah, it could be like the Walmart. I remember the Walmart ones too. That's like the first thing I looked over here was like, is there Shout on here? Scream Factory? Like, because it looks like that kind of artwork for it.
Like there were a bunch of these kind of movies with very similar style coming out.
So Child's Play, there isn't really much to talk about that you probably already know, but it is a killer doll movie.
It's also one of the first movies, if not the first movie, that I ever watched and got me into horror because I convinced my mom that I wanted the one with the doll on it at the store, at the corner store that had like a little VHS section.
I'm Chucky. He's something, isn't he?
And I started throwing all my stuffed animals in the closet at night because of it.
It's a classic. I mean, Brad Dourif is fantastic in this film. The franchise really took off in an interesting direction.
I'm just trying to see. So it does have like a bunch of bonus features.
Even if you don't want the Blu-ray, you just slip out that really cool artwork and you got yourself a little mini poster.
A little poster. Where am I gonna put that? The only Child's Play movies I have are all on like
the trilogy collections or like the
like so I've got like the black version and then I've got that new yellowish version that came out like a couple years ago. Next up we've got this is the shaken one, and this is the Horror Pack exclusive. Wait, it doesn't say exclusive.
It says Horror Pack on it.
It does say Horror Pack, but it's not the exclusive. So that's interesting to me. But it's spare parts from Raven Banner, which is actually a movie that we were interested in checking out anyway. Because we actually watched the trailer, I think like a week ago.
It's like a giant junkyard fight. And we don't know if they're fighting to survive or if they're fighting because they have to. We haven't established like the real reason. It's like if Josie and the Pussycats were kidnapped and turned into battle bots.
They've got axes, they've got drills. Looks like they're gonna beat a bunch of people up, whether at their own will or not. It looks cool. Look at how nice it looks. It looks like you got the pinks, you got the blues, you got the badass babes with weapons killing peeps. I'm about it. I don't know if this is the horror pack limited edition or not.
Well, we will know in a second when I pull this one out.
Okay. And you know what's interesting? I will say that I think I have this on the way already.
Oh, from Raven Banner.
Yeah, because this is Raven Banner. It's a Canadian company. So we were talking to Raven Banner and we wanted to do a bunch of Raven Banner movies to review anyway. So this might end up being a duplicate, but it's cool. It's a new release too.
So, yeah, here we go. This is the actual exclusive.
Okay.
So, Horror Pack has decided sometimes their labels are printed a little too dark that you have to take a second to read the title.
The Poltergeist Diaries.
The Poltergeist Diaries. Is that Eric Roberts?
It is Eric Roberts. This is number 60.
I'm just gonna have a shot in the dark before we look at the trailer, but I imagine it's a case file of Poltergeist experience, kind of like something out of Paranormal Activity, and they're just doing like found footage diary style of the experience. But we can watch the trailer to find out.
I will say that the teaser for the Poltergeist Diaries is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen in my life. It shows a scarf and trees and nothing else. We're gonna try and find the trailer.
The synopsis is on the back says, after moving to an isolated cabin, Jacob Taylor vanishes without a trace. With the help of footage he leaves behind, his family members, friends, and a detective try to find answers to the strange events that are centered around him.
Is the detective Eric Roberts?
It's the dad, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, dad or detective, one or the other. He looks like a dad, not a detective. And like we said, this is the 60th of the Horror Pack exclusive. You 100% don't own this.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the weakest one in the pack, to be honest. When you look at these, at least you don't own this. But Spare Parts is brand new. And this is one that looks badass, and I wanted to own anyway. Like, we were already looking into this. A gory and often exhilarating ride. Often exhilarating. Child's Play, you probably already own, but do you own this one? It's an exclusive. I don't know if it has different features. It does have a shit ton of features though. So you may not have this one with all of these features. So that's kind of cool and familiar. And then Gwen, a Shudder original from RLJ. It's got a badass slipcover. I know a lot of people keep saying, mine didn't get a slipcover. I'm thankful we're on like the list for like get the slipcovers because a lot of people don't get the slipcovers. I don't know why that is. Canadians, they feel bad for us. They're like, you get yours 2 weeks late. Here, have a slipcover. It's very felty, like I've mentioned. And it's a movie that looks really cool, but also not one that we'd probably review on the channel just because it's too slow and boring for us to want to hang out and like, hey, let's pal around and drink some whiskey and watch this movie. It's not that kind of movie, but it does look excellent. So I would say this is actually a pretty solid pack.
Good variety.
It's a good variety. We got something you know, something you may not know that looks really cool, something that looks too badass that you, like, obviously you're gonna wanna watch Spare Parts. And Poltergeist Diaries, if you're into found footage and you're into paranormal stuff, it's got Eric Roberts, come on. Who knows what you're gonna get, especially when it comes to these kind of movies. They're really hit or miss. What do you guys think of this month's horror pack? Have you seen any of these movies? Let us know in the comments. If you want to learn more about Horror Pack, go to horrorpack.com, use the code Bloodbath to save $3 off your order, and check out the pricing. A lot of people complain about $25 a month for 4 movies. That is the price of 1 movie. These you're not gonna find at Dollar Tree. Don't give me that shit. I can buy 12 movies for $12 sometimes. It's like, okay, you got lucky. This is mostly quality most months. Let us know your thoughts on these movies in the comments. Like this video. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay up to date with everything on Bloodbath and Beyond.